I forgot.
All right, The Bachelorette airs tonight at 7 on Denver 7.
Right now on Denver 7 News at 8 o'clock on Local 3, Aurora is taking a high-tech approach to get drivers to slow down, where a new camera system will be watching for speeders.
Plus, a fire in Yosemite exploded in size over the weekend. Now Colorado firefighters are joining the effort to protect our famous sequoias.
And smoothing out a big problem in Denver, the group working to fix miles of broken sidewalks without homeowners having to front the bill. As we take a look outside, if you're headed out for a run or walk this morning, you'll notice it is much cooler than it was over the weekend, Lisa.
Yeah, I have a nice scar on my knee from hitting one of those cracks on a run. You know, skid right down. Yeah, a little bit cooler today. Much better as you're getting out this morning. 60s early on. Very comfortable out there. You can see quite a bit more cloud covered this morning. We are going to see some of this clear up and a little bit more sunshine expected here through midday. It will be a lot cooler, though, than yesterday. We had triple-digit heat through the weekend. Today, by about 9 o'clock, you'll find some mid to upper 60s. We'll get into the low to mid 70s by noon, and then low 80s by 5 o'clock. There will be a slight chance for a few thunderstorms this afternoon. Erie 81, Boulder today 79. Cooler, too, as you get down to your Highlands Ranch and Castle Rock, some mid to upper 70s there. So a nice break from the heat. Now, when it comes to storms, the lighter green that you're seeing, where we have a low risk of any severe weather, there's going to be a marginal risk south near Pueblo. So really a lot of the storms that we're going to see here along the Front Range will develop south of Denver and then farther south from there. So from Denver north, Jason, a little bit drier today than what we saw. We'll take a closer look at those storms this week coming up.
And right now the drive overall isn't too bad, except for that one problem we had up to the north side. You can see the west side of town looks pretty good, actually better than average without the direct sun glare for us on southbound I-25 heading down to the Denver Tech Center. All those eastbound routes are a little bit better than average. I want to take you up here to the north side. We had a nasty crash early this morning with debris all over the highway. Still some lingering delays on I-25 getting down around Erie, but the good news is all lanes are open and the crash is all cleared up, and so traffic is starting to ease up. At one point it was an hour-and-a-half delay. We still have some delays here at 52 and 287 Mineral Road, basically, where we had some on and off road closures because of a pretty bad crash there. The rest of the drive continues to wind down better than average on all those eastbound routes, including that drive southbound I-25 to the Denver Tech Center. C-470 looks wide open right now.
If you are flying anywhere this summer, airline schedules are still up in the air, but thankfully operations are getting back to normal at DIA this morning. We just checked FlightAware. 57 flights are delayed, but that's still a big drop from the 632 delays we saw yesterday. Airport officials say those delays were due to thunderstorms and high winds in the area. Some planes were stuck on the tarmac for hours. Some were diverted to other states or had to circle, waiting for the weather to improve. Liz was finally able to make it home from Wisconsin.
Not to be dramatic, but it's kind of torture because, you know, I've been traveling so much lately and I was so looking forward to getting here.
Yeah, just want to get home. We did check. The Passenger Bill of Rights does address getting stuck on the tarmac. Domestic flights can keep you there up to 3 hours, although there are 2 exceptions if the pilot determines there's a safety or security reason, or air traffic control determines the pilot returning to the gate would significantly disrupt operations.
Smile, you might be on camera soon in Aurora. The city is putting extra eyes on the streets to stop drivers from speeding through neighborhoods. Denver 7's Christian Lopez joins us. And Christian, this new camera system will go into effect just before school starts, which is only about 4 weeks away.
And city leaders are hoping that this will all make these streets safer just in time for that new school year and overall for the community here. They did receive several complaints from people who were speeding and just driving dangerously in residential neighborhoods. So they are taking steps with this new pilot program. And the way that it works is that it helps police monitor speed in residential areas and school zones to automatically issue speeding tickets. 3 different cameras would be placed in various locations around the city, and these use vehicle-based laser speed technology and can catch several cars that are speeding at once. The violations that are captured would have to be reviewed before anyone is cited. In the first month that the program launches, the city would begin issuing warnings before actually giving out tickets and fines. In just the last 3 years or so here in Aurora, there has been a 54% increase in deadly traffic accidents, And this new pilot program would last 13 months. Live this morning, Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Thank you, Christian. Happening today, Governor Polis will be in Evergreen to talk about wildfires and forest health. He'll be joined by the executive director of the Department of Natural Resources and other local leaders.
Today's visit comes as crews in California are still working to put out a fire at Yosemite National Park. The Washburn fire surpassed 2,000 acres overnight. It's burning in the grove where the park's ancient sequoias live, too.
They're very close and they're right around it. And so what we're doing right now is we're doing a combination of cutting fire line, looking at burning out some other areas, but around the giant sequoias.
Yeah, the park thinks mitigation efforts will protect the giant trees from major damage. The fire could also worsen air quality as far west as the Bay Area. And some Colorado firefighters are in California to help local crews there. The Summit Daily reports the Red, White, and Blue Fire Protection District sent 3 firefighters to monitor campgrounds and watch for hazards that could ignite a wildfire.
Well, walking through Denver, you probably have seen these cracks in the sidewalks, sometimes even missing sections of sidewalk. Denver 7's Veronica Costa joins us because, Veronica, right now, homeowners are responsible for fixing those sidewalks. One group wants to change that, though.
They do, and you can see the sidewalk here over to my left. A couple cracks on it, but it's not too bad. Not as bad as some other spots that we've seen around town. And 40% of the sidewalks in Denver actually on streets either don't have a sidewalk or they're just too small for something like a wheelchair or even a family with a stroller to walk on. That's why Denver Streets Partnership wants this change, and they don't want that to all fall on a homeowner, which is the current situation. So it's because of that that this group is turning petitions in today to create the Denver Deserves Sidewalks initiative. The group needs about 9,200 valid signatures to be able to get on Denver's November ballot. The good news is they were able to gather way more than that. Today, they're going to be turning in about 17,000. Organizers we spoke with told us this effort is especially important for low-income neighborhoods as well as the people who live there.
The current system is really inequitable. Low-income neighborhoods are the least likely to have safe, well-maintained sidewalks. And the requirement for the adjacent property owner to pay for the construction and repair of sidewalks can be a major burden, particularly on those low-income households.
So if passed, there would be a sidewalk fee. That would be $100 added to property taxes. You'd pay that once a year. In Denver, I'm Veronica Costa, Denver 7.
Thank you, Veronica. Turning to sports, the Rockies' CJ Cron is headed to the All-Star game. And this is when he found out. Manager Bud Black surprised him with the news in the locker room in Arizona over the weekend. He's the only Rockies player on the National League team. He has 20 homers so far this year. Big congratulations from all of his teammates. The All-Star game is July 19th in Los Angeles.
Well, you'll see new players on the ice when the Avs season starts in October. Joe Sakic signed a new #1 goalie. The Avs traded for Alex Georgiev last week. He signed a 3-year deal worth about $3.4 million per season.
We know we're not going to be able to sign everybody. We know that. So, but we've got our priority, and then we'll see. I think some players will test the market, see what's out there for, and see if they want to come back to us. But time will tell.
And we are continuing to track the Stanley Cup as it visits with all the players and their pets, obviously. Sunday was Sam Girard's day with the Cup. He posed for a picture with the Cup and his dogs, including one just sitting inside the Cup. This was posted to the dog's Instagram account, Tornade the Doodle, if you want to follow.
That's great. Well, you have a chance to own your own piece of the Avalanche Stanley Cup victory. Not with the cup itself, of course, but you can buy game-worn jerseys by players like Cale Makar. There are pucks with both team logos on them and locker room mats with the Stanley Cup final logo. You can bid on the website ksc.givesmart.com. The auction starts here in less than an hour at 9 a.m. All the money raised goes to Kroenke Sports Charities.
Over the 3,000 plus calls last year, we've probably diverted about 1/3 of those from the criminal justice system.
Up next, the success a local police agency says it's having with increasing transparency.
And a big boost is coming to Aurora teachers, the last step before they see an increase in their paychecks.